should have started walking backwards, or I should have backed up before I started filming so that I'm not walking backwards. Never a safe thing for me to do that. This is Washington, D.C. It's November 5th. It is I don't want to say balmy. It's a quite warm early autumn night here in our nation's capital. We're going to take a walk around the arena. There is a Washington Capitals game tonight. Let's go Caps. We'll take a walk down F Street. We walked the opposite direction on F Street not too long ago. So this time we'll take a different view and check out the area. It pains me to say we're taking a walk through Washington, D.C. at night when it's only 6:13 in the early evening. But let's get started. This beautiful building before us is the National Building Museum. It's a fantastic space inside and out. It's a huge space inside, actually. It's a really spacious interior. Look it up online. It's so big that it was used to house horses during the United States Civil War. The stairways are so wide so that the horses could climb up to the upper floors. They're wide and shallow so that the horses could make their way up the stairs. This is the National Fallen Law Enforcement Memorial. We're not going to walk through here tonight. We'll do that another time. When I'm at memorials like this, I like to make sure I'm in the right frame of mind and not, in a way to be silly in any way, because that's just not appropriate here. But this is the Judiciary Square metro station. It's one of those metro stations that can get you to the arena. Hello, wasting time. Very nice to see you. Why are flags down? I'm guessing it's because former Vice President Dick Cheney passed away, and that's my guess. Is that a bus station? No, that's our metro. One of our metro stations is right here underground. We don't have great underground stations. This great big building is the National Building Museum. And it is certainly worth a visit. Hi, Day Day. Nice to see you. Hello, Jayesh. Very nice to see you. I'm in Washington, D.C. We're going to head to the arena where our hockey team is playing tonight. Our Washington Capitals are playing tonight. I'm on, what street am I on? Am I on F Street? We'll find out which street I'm on. I think I'm on E Street right now. We'll find out which street I'm on. But all throughout Washington, D.C., day or night, you can find your way around just by wandering. Sometimes I just like to wander. Or you can follow one of the many heritage trails in Washington, D.C. I highly recommend visiting at night. If you come here during the day, there's a lot to do, even during a government shutdown. There's also so much to do and see at night. And even some of the places that you visit during the day will look completely different at night, especially the big monuments and the big memorials. It's great to check them out at night if you've been there during the day. Well, hello in the Ukraine. That's fantastic. Oh, William used to work on that tree. Yep, we are really close to Chinatown. Rasika, it is 6:17 in the evening, and I'm sad to say it's dark. It's dark, dark, dark. Hello to Pakistan. Hello. It looks chill. Yeah, it's chill right here, but when we go down about 2 more blocks, it's going to get crazy because folks are heading into the Capital One Arena to see a hockey game. At least I'm guessing they are, because the police have all the corners blocked to traffic so that pedestrians. So there has to be something going. It's a hockey. It's got to be a hockey game going on. So yeah. Hello, Iato. No, I don't. No. Who's playing any riots? No. No riots today. Check out this one, though. We took a look at this building during the day on one of our walks. And look at it at night. Looks rather drab, I have to say. This one is semi-brutalist. Not really, but it's kind of drab during the day, but looks kind of great at night. The film Shadow Conspiracy filmed in that building. I believe you. That's pretty cool. Now over here, District of Columbia Fire Department, DCFD, Engine Company number 2, Rescue Squad number 1, which is cool enough itself, and we'll take a look at the front of this fire station. But the extra cool thing about this location is this is the National Fire Dog Memorial. Yes, there is a National Fire Dog Memorial, and it's right here. It's right here. Hey, Zempler, great to see you. I hope you're having a great day. National Fire Dog Memorial. How fun is that? We're going to see some engines today. We're going to see some police cars, but it's because we have events going on downtown. And so traffic has to make way for pedestrians to make their way into this huge arena. If indeed that's what's happening today. Like I said, I'm guessing there's some kind of a game going on. Am I too early for hockey? Is it too early? I don't think it's too... I don't know. Sounds terrible. But here we're starting to see the artwork on this amazing fire station. Now, I do not want this. Okay, go away. I was getting some... YouTube has started to send suggestions while you're live streaming, and it's really disturbing when they send, hey, why don't you ask your chat some questions? I would just like to show them this fire station. So the Washington Wizards decoration at the top there. This is like a hyper artistic fire station. Oh, we are on F Street. Okay, we're on F Street, not E Street. And this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you do not obey the parking. The tow trucks come out in full force, and they do not even give you a minute to move. If you are parked in a no parking zone, you don't have a chance. Those tow trucks come out in full force and will cart you away. And I'm glad they do, because that's how we get around our city at rush hour. We have to have the cars removed where it's designated no parking. So this is the great big Capital One Arena. It has had so many names over the years. I think it was the MCI Arena. Way long ago, before the arena was here in downtown DC. It was out in Maryland, and it was called the Capitol Center. That's a long time ago. But this is our arena today. The main entrance is on 7th Street. We'll walk down there. But yeah, everybody's out in their red, white, and blue, so it's a Caps game going on. We'll cross the way and get a better view. Hey Jay, nice to see you. Oh, is it the Wizards? It's not the Caps playing tonight? Wait, I thought basketball was over. Wait, yeah, I think it's the Caps. I think it is the Caps. But I could be wrong. Jay, it's great to see you. Are they fire wizards or electric? I have no idea. They're basketball wizards is what they are. Basketball. Yeah, it's Caps game. Okay. We got happy hour caps prices. But I want to take a minute before we walk around the arena, take a minute and look just back on this fire station. I'm starting to take pictures of newer fire stations in addition to the old historic ones that I chased down. So I love my old architecture. And then there were all these years in the 70s, 80s, 90s, etc. of really boring firehouses. But now it seems in the 2000s that firehouses are getting really interesting. And this one is all decked out for the Wizards and the Caps. So this is Engine Company number 2, Rescue Squad number 1, and the home of the National Fire Dog Memorial that we just walked past. Jay, we saw the National Fire Dog Memorial just around the block. We'll take a walk around the arena and everywhere around the place. All right, so someone's in St. Louis Blues, so it must be St. Louis Blues versus the Caps. But there's always some kind of happy hour thing going on. Hockey shots, puck and wings, and a hat trick. Okay, good. The used car scene in True Lies in Chinatown area film. Oh, really? Ooh. Okay, this is going to happen all night. Rescue Squad number 6 going on. Chinatown here for True Lies. You know, I don't think I've seen True Lies in a long time. In a very long time. But we saw True Romance on Film Club not too long ago, and this weekend Film Club is Sergeant York, and I'm reading the book right now, and it's such a good book. So I am going to say, well, in the book, like 100 times this weekend, I have a feeling. Film Club this weekend will be on Sunday, not on Saturday. But just across the way from the Capitol Arena, we do have some historic architecture to look at. This is the, quote, HQ private club upstairs, but downstairs in the old Oriental Building Association from 1861 is a little bar called Kata. And it's a bar and it's a little restaurant with Asian fusion cuisine. Next door and directly across from the arena, the Shakespeare Theater Company. The season opens on December 2nd with Guys and Dolls. I used to have season tickets when it was at a different location. And I'm not here that often to have season tickets now, but last season I did see Hugh Bonneville in Uncle Vanya, and it was fantastic. Where is this place? This is Washington, D.C. And we're in the area of our big sports arena here. And we're going to head west on F Street and check out all the cool buildings that we tend to look at during the day, but we're going to check them out at night. Hi, Ed Walker, Washington, D.C. We're on F Street. And that's the Capital One. I'm sorry, the Capital One's going to get a lot of free advertising today. The Capital One Arena. And all the folks lining up. Oh, they haven't opened the door yet. I'm guessing they open at 6:30. I'm going to guess they open the gates at 6:30. It is a great place for a game. Yeah, so it's the St. Louis Blues versus our Washington Capitals today. Go Caps. It's the fuzz. Paul, the fuzz are everywhere. They're definitely everywhere. Yeah, because they block. Oh, there goes fire engine. Here comes engine number 2. Yeah, the police are everywhere because they block off the streets. So, and it's still sort of rush hour. We're kind of just at the very end of rush hour. So they block off the streets. As you can see, people walking in the street. So the police are there to block the traffic. Oh, William, you did pest control for the caps. That's awesome. That's awesome. Have I ever gone to Hard Times Cafe? Oh my gosh, 9039 for Baby 66. Yes, yes, and yes. Hard Times Cafe. I think the one in College Park is closed now for good. And the one in Rockville has certainly seen its better days. I mean, when you talk about a dive, that place is a dive, but man, do they have the best chili. And I was just there probably a month ago at the one in Rockville to grab food on the way home from work. And oh my God, I mean, your feet stick to the floor in that place. And the beer is all just spilled all over the bar. But man, that chili is so good. No, it's not a Trump rally. It's a Caps game. It's a hockey game. And they have just opened the gates. No bags permitted inside. Enjoy the event. Sponsored by Capital One, Giant Food. Giving free advertising here. I'm gonna have to talk a lot because here comes the music. So I'll make sure I'm talking over yeah, let's go Caps. Rock the red. I'm wearing a little red today, so that's appropriate. And on Wednesday, November 19th, it's 90s or 80s night. Oh, this smells good. Okay, this is Mi Vida.
Is this Mexican?
For your Mexican. Yes, it is, and it's really good.
Is it?
It is. Smells good, too. All right. You can see inside. There's a tree inside that building. There's a tree inside the restaurant there. It's a nice night for eating outside. It's like 70 degrees in the dark at 6:30 p.m. It is way too early to be dark. We changed our clocks last week and it's miserable. And I'm gonna have to talk because there's music playing again. And Journey is not gracious with copyright claims. So I'll have to talk kind of loudly. Hello from Switzerland, or hello to Switzerland, I should say. Very nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna have to talk really loud, or I'm going to have to go and mute just for a second. So I'm gonna mute just for a second while the music is really loud. I don't want Steve Perry suing me, or whoever wrote this one. All right, now I can ours. All right, this is 7th Street. We have been up and down 7th Street many times, so we're not going to go this way today. We're not going to go up that way, but you can see, I don't know, in a distance, one of those beautiful buildings with the copper cupola at the top is outlined in lights. You probably can't see it. It's one that we've looked at a bunch of times. But we're gonna go this way, west on F Street, getting away from that ridiculously loud music. I mean, check out these, like I said, these tow trucks, they are not kidding. Washington, D.C. must have, I'm going to exaggerate here, 50,000 tow trucks to get people out of the illegal spaces around rush hour. I'm just walking super fast because this music is, I'm a block away now and the music is still just as loud as it was before. Hopefully I turn this way and you won't hear it. This is the Hotel Monaco building. It is in the original Patent and Trademark Office here in Washington, D.C. And this building was the first building that was the National Telephone Office for the nation's capital. It was also the General Post Office for the nation's capital at one time. The larger post office that was built after this one, which is down by Union Station, is now the home of the National Postal Museum, which is pretty cool. And this is the National Museum of American Art, and it's the National Portrait Gallery for the United States. In this building here, oh, and now the music stops. So now I can stop talking like a maniac. This is Washington, D.C. Yeah. Okay, Lucky, we gotcha. We gotcha. Don't spam Diddy, thank you. I know, I love the song too, but I'm going to get a copyright claim. I don't like copyright claims. I'm definitely not a streamer who tries to use other people's music or materials. But the one time I got, most of the time I've been claimed, I've been able to resolve it. But one time the owner would not release the claim. And the owner of the music was a museum, which was so annoying because the music was playing in the museum. Don't get me started. All right, I think we're safe for a moment. I hear Lionel Richie now. So it's not Journey now, it's Lionel Richie. We've taken a look at this building during the day, but look how beautiful this is at night. So this whole stretch of buildings has kind of turned over a few times recently. With this corner building, different restaurants have been housed in this little corner area. But the rest of this block, it's pretty amazing to think that beyond this building here, the rest of this block mainly just have the facades intact, and the rest of the building behind the facades used to all be joined together and were the original Spy Museum. The National Spy Museum used to be here on this block. No one could even imagine it because it just looks like a collection of individual buildings, but it's not. These are all just facades, and behind the facades is one big, huge building that used to be the National Spy Museum. Now, the Spy Museum outgrew this block. It's fantastic, by the way. The National Spy Museum outgrew this block, and it's located in L'Enfant Plaza right now in a much bigger facility. And it is an absolute blast. So if you're in Washington, D.C., visit the National Spy Museum, especially if you have kids. Totally fun. A617, yes, Air and Space Museum. So the Air and Space Museum has two main parts. Most people know about the part here on the National Mall, which is about, 5 blocks this way. It's not that far from here at all. But the other facility, which is called the Udvar-Hazy Center, out in Chantilly, Virginia, right near Dulles Airport, that one has full-size, huge airplanes, plus an SR-71 when you go through the door, plus a space shuttle. And I think it's the Space Shuttle Enterprise. So visit the Hazy Center, which is about a 30-minute drive from here into Chantilly, Virginia. Tons of fun. They have a Concorde in there. They have all kinds of cool things to look at. Oh, the Spy Museum has a cool YouTube channel. I bet they do. I didn't know that. I'll bet they do. But this is one of those blocks in Washington, D.C., actually several blocks, that has been very carefully preserved. So many buildings in this immediate area were commercial buildings dating back to the 1800s. And you can see right there, the building that says the Adams Building, 1876. So many of these buildings were commercial buildings way back in the day. They were shops and printers and bookstores and binders and photography studios. dressmakers, hat makers, all kinds of cool places here. This is where you came to do your shopping in Washington, D.C. in the 1800s. And these buildings are so cool. I love these little narrow ones. Certainly this big one was probably a factory of some kind. And there's a date way on the top. You probably can't see. It says 1875, the Ladroit building, or Ladois building. I'm going to say Ladroit, but it could be Ladois. And then, so that was 1875. This one, 1876. And then we'll go across the street and get we'll look at this one first, and then we'll go across the street and take a look at the building on the corner. This is the Riggs Bank building. And a few weeks ago, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, we were here just as the sun started to set and just as these lights came on in this building, and it was quite magnificent. Liverpool, you're always asking me about Mako Misers. Is that that's a football thing, isn't it? I do love Nando's. Garby, I had Nando's a few days ago. I love Nando's. We didn't have them in this part of the U.S. for quite a while. I knew them from London, but we're lucky they're here now and they're everywhere. So it does look like a bank. It is the former Riggs Bank building. And today it's a hotel and a cafe. And it's pretty cool. And wow, does it look fantastic at night. Another historic structure that's been lovingly preserved, thankfully. Just a lot to see here. Great place to walk. Weather's fantastic tonight, so it's all good. Art everywhere, because this is the Museum of American Art, and this is a Roy Lichtenstein. This is called Modern Head. Okay. Fabricated 1989 to 1990. Okay. It doesn't offend me, but it's not as interesting as some other pieces around the city. So down here on 9th Street, if we went this way, we would encounter that dreadful FBI building that we've seen on so many walks and that I absolutely detest. If we walk this way, we'd eventually hit the new, I call it the new convention center. It's been there for 20 years now. The new convention center, as well as the headquarters of the United States Mint and several other office buildings here. And a nice restaurant up there called Zytenia. I think that's actually where I'm heading for dinner tonight, is Zytenia. But that's another look back at the Riggs building a little closer. And this one on the corner, I wish they would light this building better because it is quite beautiful. It's called the Warder Building, W-A-R-D-E-R. That's not my Baltimore accent trying to say water. It's Warder Building here on the corner of 9th and F Street. Hey, Johnny, nice to see you. This is Washington, D.C., Rush. I'm sorry, Maz. Which country? Washington, D.C. in the United States. I'm so sorry. Sometimes when the chat is going, I'm sorry, I can't read, and I do apologize. I really apologize. Hi, William. Thank you. Thank you for liking. Robert. So Robert Renovation. So those in chat, if you see Robert Renovation, he was live streaming from a rooftop in Canada. And it was really chill. So Robert, I was so glad to find your channel after you found my channel. And I was really happy to give you a sub and a like. And I'm shouting you out on my channel. So I hope everybody checks out your channel. From the rooftops in Canada. And playing good music too. You'll have to explain how you can play music and not get claimed. But that was a nice stream. Now this is the Smith. steak restaurant here in a former, I believe this is a former Masonic building. I might be wrong. Trying not to get run over by pedestrians here. But everyone's eating outside. It's November, but it's fine to eat outside right now. And the big heaters aren't even on because it's so nice tonight. And you can see there, it just says Masonic Temple up there. If you can see it, kind of hard to see, but it does say Masonic Temple up there on this building. But this is a great area to go to a game, grab a bite to eat, do some shopping. This is the place to be. And for me, because so many of the buildings are preserved, I just love this area. This is one of those former bank buildings that I adore, but it's not still a bank. It's a bar. It's the Ultra Bar, but it used to be a bank. This one definitely used to be a bank. And this one was the Equitable Bank. This is a fancy restaurant. This is Succotash. I could be wrong. I think it's a Cindy Wolf restaurant. So check that out. So this bank is no longer a bank. You can kind of see at the top, it says Equitable up there with the beautiful gas lamps. And the corn, the corn lighting fixture above the door, which is pretty cool. So as much as I love to see a bank that's still a bank, I'm okay with it when it is beautifully preserved like this. I'm gonna peek in the window. I'm gonna sneak up there and peek in the window. So I don't know if you can kind of see inside. There's seating on 2 levels. There's a beautiful chandelier. And the old bank railings are in there. That's so nice. Ben, great to see you. Equitable Edible. Yeah, we could do that. Robert, I love that you love renovation. Renovation. I love that you love renovation. I love that you love architecture. That's super cool. So if you get to Washington, D.C., this is where you want to be. This is, I know, I say it all the time, right? This is my favorite place, my favorite place. No, this block is one of my absolute favorite blocks in the city. Just for all of these beautifully preserved buildings, mostly from the mid to late 1800s. That's a nice one there. I love when they're lit, the lights are on, even on this side here. These small storefronts in these beautifully restored buildings with the street lights on. Hi, Ernesto. It is. This is why it's so great. Even though I don't live downtown, I work here, and I spend so much time here. There is something to do all day long and all night long. And in my many years being here, I still find something new every single day in this city. Whether it's a new building I haven't seen before, some little historic marker, there's always something new to see. This is the Atlantic Is this the Atlantic building? I think this is the Atlantic building. Hang on. I think it is. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stories for being built in the 1800s. 1887 is what it says at the top there. That's just an immense accomplishment for back then, and a great achievement that it's still here today. And I'm so sorry, the other reason I can't really follow chat is because the sidewalks aren't so great. I work in Washington, D.C., in and around Washington, D.C. I'm from Baltimore, but this is my second home. These beautiful buildings with modern shops, and that's okay. This one has that Second Empire look with that characteristic roof. This is 10th Street. And just down there is Ford's Theater, where President Lincoln was assassinated. We're not going to walk down there. We did a walk not too long ago, visiting 7 historic theaters in Washington, D.C., and a few new ones too. But we took a close look at Ford's Theater on that trip. We also took a look at the National Theater, the Warner Theater, the Shakespeare Theater, both new and old, and a couple of others too. This is a great one. I love this corner. For me, that's a picture portrait. Hey Rays, nice to see you. Yeah, everybody's walking that way to go to the hockey game. And we're just past rush hour. So the folks who are working, they're heading home now. And the folks that are going to the game, they're heading into the game now. So the street will get quieter as we walk down the street. I thought there was one of those restored call boxes here. We'll find one. These markers are everywhere throughout the city. There are different historic trails you can take. If you want to see all the theaters, you can see all the theaters. If you want to see the historic department stores, I don't know if anyone remembers Woodward and Lothrop. This is it. This is the granddaddy for Washington, D.C. It's not Macy's, it's Woody's. And this was Woodward and Lothrop. This building, too, is on the National Register of Historic Places. What's that? Say that one more time.
SMR the conference?
No, I'm not. I'm an historian just hanging out.
Oh, good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to see you. You can see the history of the building here in the marker. The gentleman was asking me if I was here for a conference. You can see the history of the building here, and the redevelopment and preservation of this building. Check out the chandeliers. Oh, William, that's great to hear. I do like to visit those memorials at night, but I don't feel right like streaming from them. I did one at the World War I memorial, and that was good. And I debated doing that tonight, since our film for Film Club on Sunday is Sergeant York, about World War I primarily. But I changed my mind. I don't feel right broadcasting from even as respectful as I will try to be. I don't want anyone to think I'm not being respectful, because I'm one of those people who yell at people who do stupid stuff. So I don't want to be the person that's yelled at. Thank you, Michelle. That's super cool. Oh, William, were you on my stream when we were talking about the 930 Club? Was that you? We were talking about the 930 Club. We were talking about Mr. Days. All those good clubs There was the one off of 19th Street. Decades. There was that one called Decades. I think that's still there, actually. But yeah, sadly, this entrance of Woody's is an H&M. Okay, whatever. Now this corner is the overly decorated but wonderful painted carving, painted tiles, super duper decorated. Again, metro station. We don't have beautiful metro stations in Washington. We just don't. But this is part of the Woody's building that has been restored with its super ornate decoration. That's not Art Nouveau. It's like Venetian, because there's those masks. Oh, don't worry about, no, please. I love people in my videos. I really do. Everyone's being super polite, but I want them to walk in front of me. It's fine. But yeah, this is all in this corner of the building. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but it's odd looking. It's very odd looking. Now, this one here. Now, I don't know which one this is. I don't think this is the former Macy's. No, the former Macy's is down one more. Whatever building this is, it's coming down. We'll have to go to a prior stream because I know we walked past it recent. This is very recent, by the way. So this one's coming down. Don't know what this will be. We're on the corner of 10th and G Streets. So they're doing some major renovation there. Yeah, we have like a super bright moon tonight. Keeps me up all night. Have I been to Portugal? No, I have not. Where are the Scientologists? Jim C. The Scientologists are near DuPont Circle. I know exactly where they are, and they hang out in DuPont Circle too. They have their, quote, what do they call it, home church or whatever there? Yeah, they're there. Oh, thank you, Johnny. That's really kind. Thank you, Asura Soy Cuba. You do too. Thank you. Now, I've always liked this one on the end here. This is like a, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that 10 or 11? It's a 10 or 11 story here on this corner. Also beautifully preserved. Obviously, for buildings dating back to the 1800s, to have a building that tall is quite rare. But in Washington, D.C., to have a 10-story building, that's pretty much the limit of the building height in Washington, D.C. I'm guessing these buildings kind of reach that max height. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I always talk about this because it is unique to Washington, D.C. If you go to other cities on the East Coast, whether it's Baltimore or Philadelphia or New York, obviously, you don't have these kinds of very constricting height restrictions, but it's for a good reason. The myth is that you can't build a building taller than the Washington Monument. Well, while that is true, the height restriction is actually much lower than that. You can't build a building higher than a certain height. I don't know what it is, but the myth is the old post office tower, not the Washington Monument. And so in Washington, you don't get tall buildings. We have very wide streets, as you can see. And we do have a lot of green space. There are a lot of parks. And so the combination of low building height, wide streets, and lots of green space means that this is a quiet city. So you may have noticed the traffic's not super loud. The music is, with the guy singing by the arena. But traffic isn't very loud. The noise doesn't get constricted into the streets. Oh, this is a church. Where are we at? Christian, I think that is. We are in Washington, D.C. We're taking a look at a mix of historic architecture around the Washington Arena, where the hockey team and the basketball team play, and you can see everyone in their jerseys cheering for the correct team. Go Caps. William, it's very kind of you to say that. Ernesto, you kind of missed all the traffic, and we're in an area. The reason why there are all these police cars is because many of the streets are blocked here for the pedestrian traffic. When there is a game here, they just block all the streets off so people can walk and get to the arena. And then they'll unblock them, and then they'll block them again at the end of the game. I was in unreal traffic to get here. It was because I didn't realize there was a game. So driving here was a mess. This, I don't know is what. Hang on, let me get out of folks' way. This is a hotel in a beautiful building. Ooh, that's pretty. And a coffee shop. Oh my God, with Christmas trees up already. Okay, this place wins. I was hoping not to see this today. Oh my word. I was really hoping not to see Christmas yet. You guys win, okay? Christmas has come way too early here. Oh my gosh, look at the candies up there. Give us 2 more days. 2 more days. Oh my gosh, it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but hey, this is so requested from everyone. Yeah. Like people hit us up on social media, clients that go to when's Christmas? Can you guys just oh, that's fantastic.
So, you know what? We'll do it.
Well, I'll be back then. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. All right. I usually despair when I see Christmas decorations that early, but that was pretty cool in there. He said come back in a few days and they'll be done. So we will have to come back then.
It will work.
We'll come back and check it all out. Ooh, this sidewalk is not the
I'm
best.
not even moving this fast. I don't have
So I'm going to be moving extra slowly. Public Library of the District of Columbia here. And it's a huge library and community space here. Try the 405? No. Apple Tile? I've been to California. No, thank you. I've done the driving in California. But I've also done driving in like Utah and Montana where there's no traffic for 1,000,000 miles. And that's so cool. That is really cool. And there's no speed limit either, which is really cool. And people don't drive like maniacs, which is amazing. I'm trying to get a look back at this building again. This one was really, I can't really get to it. I don't want to cross the street again. I don't want to cross the street again. See, that's the Cap jersey I like. I like the blue with the red and white accents. I don't like the all red. Red's not my color. Now we're back to where we started. This is the back of the Portrait Gallery and the Museum of American Art. And this is that restaurant I mentioned that I was going to maybe eat at, but I have a feeling they're packed because there's a game. So we'll go down a block or two. Let's go down 2 blocks this time. In LA, use traffic. Yeah, I know. I've fortunately driven in. It's just because I love San Diego, so it doesn't bother me as much. Wood-fired kitchen. Ella's wood-fired kitchen. Smells good. There's always construction around here. There is never not construction. I know that's a double negative. But the utility work and construction work in this city does not end. So I guess the game starts at 8. Because folks are just dawdling. I like to get there early. I like to watch the practice. All right, we're going to do this really fast. Quickly. I've been to Phoenix. I have to be careful. I don't want to start singing that song. I have been to Phoenix, Arizona, but not all the way to Tacoma. Actually, I have been to Tacoma. I've been to Phoenix. I love it because there's so many national parks around there. I like everything. I just like a variety of places, just like I like a variety of architecture. So going from desert to mountains. It's a lot of fun. And I love my cities. I do love my cities. Hey Grim, nice to see you. How's the subway there now? Well, there's a subway right there. Subway's great. The metro in DC is quite good. But we also have subway. When I was in Baltimore, someone said, "Do you have a subway?" And I was like walking past a Subway sandwich shop. I was like, "Sure, we have a Subway. And here's another one, and here's another one." DC has a proper metro. Gets you everywhere. Not as good as the London Underground, though. I'm a huge fan of the London Underground. Just because. I swear, every time we take a walk like this, we end up at this dreadful FBI building. It never goes away. The worst example of brutalist architecture in the United States. The J. Edgar Hoover building. Purposefully designed to be horrendously ugly. Oh, Apple, that's true. Yeah, because in Baltimore we have baseball and football. In DC we have basketball, hockey, football. Oh, we do have baseball now in DC. Well, okay, except our football team plays in Maryland. Or DC's football team plays in Maryland. So technically Maryland has 2 teams, the Ravens and the Commanders. I never see people in here. Everyone talks about this place, Penn Social. And I rarely actually see, look, there's just a handful of people here. For a DC bar, that's a little sad. That's a little sad. All right, I'm gonna go this way first. We'll get a good view of this great big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 story building here, which is now the home of Matchbox Pizza, awesome wood fire pizza in Washington, D.C. at Matchbox. Hey there. So this one is the Bush Building, dating back to the mid 1800s. And it's a good one. I like this one. And I like Matchbox Pizza. And on the corner here, Jaleo, which is a Chef Jose Andres tapas bar, which is fabulous as well. Yeah, they do. They don't say so. So in London, I learned that the subway, those are the walkways under the busy street, like the pedestrian walkways that go under streets, like around Hyde Park, where it's just too dangerous to cross the street. They call those subways. And yeah, the tube is the underground, what we would call a metro, the underground. Okay, I feel like the lens is, yeah, I know. I get carried away. That's Jaleo. Take a look back on this block. And we're back to 7th Street. Kind of where we began. Where all the lights are. Very glary tonight. It's just the tiniest bit foggy tonight. Or it's my glasses. No, it's not my glasses. It's just the tiniest bit foggy tonight. Which is bringing up the glare. Back to where we began. On 7th Street.
We got rid of
Peeking back up to the arena there. Well, everyone, thank you for joining me. I think this is a good place to end the stream on this super busy corner here. I appreciate you joining me on my little walk to kill time and avoid traffic. I'll start heading home soon, grab a bite to eat. Please join us for Film Club. This week it's on Sunday. We're back to our regular time because both the US and the UK have changed their clocks, so we're all synced up now. And our film is Sergeant York. So you have time to watch the film, the good old 1940s film, Sergeant York. Check us out on Stasis Geeks channel on Film Club on Sunday. I will probably also live stream Sunday morning. I won't be streaming on Saturday. I have a seminar on Saturday. So I'll be doing the educational stuff on Saturday. But Sunday, I'm going to find another main street. When we were in Westminster last week, we did get a bingo. I need to post that to the post section of my channel because we did get a bingo last week. Hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic evening or day wherever you are. Take care. Oh, William. Okay, I'm not going to stop the stream. Philip Deal I worked for the Mint. After Philip Deal was Henrietta Holzman Fore, F-O-R-E. She was my boss. I worked for Henrietta at the United States Mint. And so I know all about Philip Deal. He had left before I got there. But yeah, William, we probably know a lot of the same people. Again, I'll say goodbye again. Take care, everyone.